Hey everyone, welcome back here to my channel where I play Planet Zoo. My name is Nisse, and today we are looking at the Long-Tailed Chinchilla by Gabboi by Gabboi, bubblywums and GiornoPizza. I'm just used to Leaf having something to do with the mods, but not today. And if you don't know, I have just been live here on this channel, live streaming the final zoo tour of Zoo Left Zoo. So if you haven't seen that yet, the live stream is up and you can watch it when you have the time, if you want to see it, of course. But last week we had some cutesy mods and we are continuing, though I don't think this is a new mod, but it's something that I haven't made a video on before, and I don't know how it just... Sometimes these just slip through my fingers because there's a lot of them. Again, there's, I think, 16,000 of them around that. Yeah, I'm a little behind, and yeah. Anyway, I do not know if I ever seen a Long-Tailed Chinchilla in the real life, not in the wild, in real life, but I have seen a chinchilla because my friend had one, and it looks like this, so it possible is this. So it is this rodent that is kind of mousy looking, kind of thick looking. Fur texture is quite unique. It has this very... It don't have a lot of hair in the sense that it's long, but more in the sense that the density is really, really high, which means that if you look at a little square centimeter or something like that, there will be extremely big amount, like numbers of strands of hair on that area. Compared to some other animals, which gives it this kind of unique texture. You can also see here, especially the wrinkles around the ears and the forehead. You can see this kind of unique texture it have. It, again, is a rodent, so it has the mousy face. It have kind of tunnel ears. I don't know how else to say it. And then it have this... I wouldn't call it a long tail, but it is a longer tail than some rodents have. Not all. Again, mice and rats have really long tails. But yeah, they do use the burrow, as you can see. And this is the small burrow. Keep that in mind. How do I get out of here? Like that. They're so cute. Let's jump into Zopedia and see what's happening in here. Again, long-tailed chihuahua. I was gonna say, not chihuahua, chinchilla. Endangered and population in the wild is unknown. It actually have its own genus. I didn't know that, but it have. South America, native to Chile, common on the pet trade worldwide. Yeah, again, my friend had one. I will recommend, if you're gonna have these as pets, make sure to entertain them. Again, a lot of rodents are actually really, really clever, and they can be troublesome when they get bored. So just make sure they have something to play with. Maybe they have to work for their food. Maybe they have different obstacles. Give them something to work with. Grassland, tiger, and timbered biome, and one of them needs 25 square meters of land, which is a lot. That's really a lot. I know some of the fish only need 1 square meter. 1 square meter is 3.3 feet times 3.3 feet, if you can imagine that. So it's not... this is a lot of place for some of them, especially because most of them have like a ferret cage or something like that. Live in places from -10 to 43 degrees Celsius, making it extremely easy to have these. Grade 1 fence above 1 feet, which is 1 feet, it's around 30 centimeters. Sorry. You can have a group size from 2 to 100, so don't have one on its own. It's need a buddy. That can be up to 50 males and 50 females, or 100 of one gender. They are matriarchal, monogamous. Again, meaning that female decides and they mate for life. Matrilineal, mature males related to alpha becomes outsiders. So technically, females' offspring can stay around if you want to. They're neutral around humans and yes, can of course into their habitat. They grow up to 26 centimeters, which is under a foot. I assume that's with the tail, but I'm not sure. Live for around 10 years, so it's kind of like... It's longer than a hamster and shorter than a bunny. Weigh around 500 grams, males, and the females are bigger, 800 grams. So this is roughly 1 pound, maybe 1.1 pound, and this is 1.7 or 1.8 pound, I think. Reach sexual maturity at 8 months old, so they reproduce fast, but again, they are rodents, can reproduce until they die. They will only get between 2 and 4 offspring, and again, most rodents get more than that, not all, but most, pregnant for only 2 months and give birth every year. Should be easy to get to reproduce in captivity. Looking at the enrichment, we have the small bubble machine, the sprinkler, tennis ball, tunnel, herb scent marker, and the melon feeder. It's not a lot to choose between, but again, it's limited what would make sense with it. It have interspecies enrichment with its biggest cousin, the biggest rodent in the world, the capybara. Now, if we are looking at it, it actually looked really good. Moving through here, some of the mudded animals that use this cut on it, but that actually looked really good. Okay, if I can just... Okay. It's just because it is so fat. It's really fat, this one. If your chinchilla looks like that, then you're feeding it too much. No animal are supposed to have the belly like this. Animals in the wild wouldn't function this way. Again, if it is a bigger animal, it is plausible because then even though it would scrouch like this, the belly will still be higher off the ground. But because it is this close to the ground, the smallest rock it walks over will bump their stomach. So it's just something to keep in mind. The ears does a funny thing here, which I actually like. Does it cut, though? I think it do cut, but it doesn't look like it cuts. Like here, you can see it. I think it cuts down there, but normally if it did this, the ear would fold and it would still look like this, so I don't see it as an issue at all. If you have a little bit glitchiness going on, keep in mind that maybe my computer set may not happen on yours. One thing I'm really in love with is if you look at the eyes, a lot of these rodents have these dark eyes, not completely dark, but darker. But if you look at that shine appearing in them, I really love that. The nose looks very cute. And then they did something I both love and hate. They did drag the fur long down on the snout, but it still cuts really weird. So it kind of looks like the fur wrinkles out over the snout, and the snout is placed kind of inside, which looks a little bit off to me. I just compare here. I also believe they actually do have fur on the snout and not a button snout like most animals have, which is something I again find a little weird. The color here doesn't compare, But again, they do come in multiple colors. I think the one in the picture is the most common color, but that can vary a little bit. The color on them are based on the fact that they have multiple hairs with multiple hair lengths. So the longer hairs are thinner and black, and the shorter hairs are white, and therefore it looks like it have this black spotting at the end of the hairs. It's just different lengths of hairs. They didn't get the texture quite right, but it's not bad at all. Again, it's hard to make a fluffy animal in Planet Zoo, and we do run into the fluffiness issue. We have some weirdness going on here. Again, fluffiness issue all around, but I don't see it as bad. It's just what you got to work with. Again, play your game from out here. You will never notice, and you are still relatively close to the animal, so I'm not mad at all. The foodies are kind of cute. Keep in mind that these have thumbs. A lot of rodents have, and I'm just trying to get a look at it. It's sitting up there, making them able to actually grab things, where most animals can only, they need to hold things up, where animals with thumbs can grab, meaning they can actually also hold things with one hand. And there's multiple videos on that on Instagram, and they're cute. I do like that they made the whiskers with changing colors, so the end of them are lighter than the end in here, and some of them are light all the way. Again, animals' hairs are not completely the same, which again give it more realism. The tail, I feel like, should have some more, something like this at the end. Yeah, I know I really need to get to a hairdresser. But they don't, and I don't think it would work in the game. They probably tried, but if it doesn't work in the game, it doesn't. They did get a fair amount on it. It just didn't look at it on the other. But again, it's not perfect. Actually, looking at it like this, you can see the texture here and the texture here and the texture on the picture below me. This one, texture-wise, doesn't look like the picture at all, but the one over here we just looked at before actually do look like the texture much more here. So again, I do assume the modders did this because not a lot of people are gonna zoom this much in on them, so they will work really, really nice. One issue you will have is the size. Again, this habitat is not made for small animals specifically, but the guests will not have anything out of this unless they have a really good camera with a big zoom. What fun will be in actually seeing it like this? Like, you can't even tell. Now, is that a baby? This is a juvenile, so let's pull her up here. That's a male, that's a female. I just want to compare female to female. If you hear noise, that's just my computer. Oh, they do the same movement. Okay, so the baby have a little bit of a different texture. It's not much smaller, but again, if they made them like really, really small, then again, you wouldn't be able to see them. I do understand, but it would be cuter if they were smaller. That's just fact. Clearly more fluffy. The eyes is the same, but if you look at this face shape, the fluffiness out here on the baby give it a completely different look, because you actually lose all of the bone structure over here because of the fur. So here it looks so much weirder than this one does. They are still very, very cute. They don't have as much poof on the tail, but they are more poofy all around. They're really cute. Yeah, they moonwalk a little bit, and I think it's because the mothers cannot change the the speed they walk with. I do not believe they swim. They're not in this water, and I don't think there's... You know what? I can check that very, very fast. Travel area. You can see here it stops at the water, so they're not able to. But can we just agree that these are bloody cute? Oh my god. Oh my god. It's sitting. It's sitting. Okay, the stomach cut's a little weird here. Can I just pause there? And also here we have a little weirdness going on. It's not bad because it is a fat one, I already stated. And us people who have a little extra fat know the belly will kind of clump in together like this. So it's not that bad. But you can see down here it looks actually very natural. But this one and this one looks a little bit off. I really like this fellow. It's so cute. I want this. I want a chinchilla now. Well, I shouldn't get one because both my cats hunt, so I cannot. It would really be. I don't think the chinchilla would like it at all, and my cats would get crazy of the fact that they are not allowed to take it, so I wouldn't. But they're really cute, and the movement of them, besides the fact that it does look like it skates a little bit of moonwalks, besides that fact, it actually looks really, really natural. Oh my god, they're small compared to the keeper. But again, they are small. Oh, it stood on the hind legs. Oh yeah, and they dig. I think they may be made on the meerkat because they... See here. Does that thing. I don't know why it made a hole behind it. But I do believe it's the meerkat. I don't know if chinchillas actually dig or if it's something they got from the meerkat. I have no way of knowing that. But yeah, that's the Long-Tailed Chinchilla by Gabboi, bubblywums and GiornoPizza. And that's all for today, guys. As always, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again, either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye, guys.